to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me. Say you're a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how rewind, when we rewind, it feels so nice. We time, you I know how to make me feel right. I can't help how this sweet talk. I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk. You need to say less to me. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, on my way. Why you blushing? Yeah, sweet concussion. Oh, you miss my touching. You do. Show me something. Give me more than one thing. I need more than less than I do. Say you're a good guy. Make me believe it. Make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how rewind, when we rewind, it feels so nice. I can't help how got this sweet talk. I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk. You need to say less to me. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, on my way. We've been dancing all night long, right here with you way too long. Don't want nothing here or now, but I'm done waiting, done wasting my time. Got this sweet talk, I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk, you need to say less to me. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, on my way. Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me. Say you're a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how rewind, when we rewind, it feels so nice. We time, you I know how to make me feel right. I can't help how got this sweet talk. I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all
Good
the
morning.
lanes.
Good morning. Come on in.
Sweet
Get
talk.
your coffee, get your
On
tea,
my way.
get your cornflakes.
Don't be late.
On my way, on my
Why you
way.
blushing? Yeah, sweet concussion. Oh, you miss my touching. You do. Show me something. Give me
We
more than
vibing
one
this morning,
thing.
baby.
I need more
Yeah, I think
than
we're vibing
less
fine
than
today.
I think we're vibing good today, y'all.
Say
It's just
you're
gonna
a
be
good
Q&A
guy.
today. Come on
Make me
in.
believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how rewind, when we rewind, it feels so nice. I can't help how got this sweet talk. I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk, you need to say less to me. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm Talk to me nice. Talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes. Don't let it fall on me. Say you're a good guy. Make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it. I wanna see it. See how. Rewind. When we rewind, it feels so nice. We time. You, I know how to make me feel right. I can't help that this sweet talk. I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk. You need to say less to me. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, on my way. Why you blushing? Yeah, sweet concussion. Oh, you miss my touching. You do. Show me something. Give me more than one thing. I need more than less than I do. Say you're a good guy. Make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it. I wanna see it. See how. Rewind. When we rewind, it feels so nice. I can't help that this sweet talk. I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk. You need to say less to me. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, on my way. We've been dancing all night long. Right here with you way too long. Don't want nothing here or now. But I'm done waiting, done wasting my time. Let the sweet talk. I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk. You need to say less to me. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, on my way.
One more time. Should I sing for y'all this time? Cause we're talking sweet this morning. Aren't we, baby? Talk to me honestly.
Sweet talk.
Look in my eyes. Don't let it fall on me. Say you're a good guy. Make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it.
Hey,
I wanna see it. See how. Rewind. When we rewind, it feels so nice. We time. You, I know how to make me feel right. I can't help that this sweet talk. I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk. You need to say less to me. No need for no flowers, babe.
good morning, Melissa.
What's up, Melissa?
On my way. Blushing.
Welcome back.
Oh, you miss my touching. You do.
Queen Trace and I are vibing this morning.
Yeah, we're vibing this morning, guys.
Give me more than one thing. I need
We
more
got a
than
little
less
sweet
than
talk going.
I do. Say you a good guy. Make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it. I wanna see it. See how. Rewind. When we rewind, it feels so nice. I can't help that this sweet talk. I'm already on my way.
Here we go. Didn't go into it. Good morning. Good morning.
What's happening, guys?
It's
What's
11
going
o'clock,
on?
baby.
What's
It's
going on?
11:01.
It's 11.
We're 1 minute late.
It's 11 a.m. in the Eastern Standard Time Zone.
But it's okay. Good morning. Good morning.
And Heat and Tracy TV is here.
It's here, y'all.
What's happening? What's happening? What's going on? Hope everybody's doing well this morning. Happy Saturday. How's my sweet queen?
I think we're vibing this morning. Let's tell them why we think we're vibing.
It's a
this morning.
vibe.
So we got up this morning and we did our affirmations. We haven't done our affirmations in a long time.
Yeah.
Do you do affirmations?
Is that a yes or no question?
Is that, yeah.
We kicking out the show with a yes or no?
Yeah. I mean, why not? Do you do affirmations in the morning? Guys, you got to do your affirmations in the morning. So we haven't done our affirmations in months.
And you know, when you're doing your affirmations, you are affirming what it is that you are, what it is that you want, where you want to be, right? Whether you have it in the physical or not, what you want to do is call those things that be not.
As though they are.
So you affirm them with your affirmations. So if you're not on your affirmation game, hey, this is why you are watching Heath and Tracy right now.
We got some
to give you that great reminder
flowing your way.
to get on your affirmation game and bring those things into manifestation that you're looking for. Boom.
Good morning, Lydia. Good morning,
Lydia.
Adam.
What's going on? What's going on?
Yes, start doing your affirmations, Melissa.
Yes.
Start doing your affirmations.
Bring it back.
Most definitely. And the other reason we're vibing this morning
What's
is
the other
because
reason, baby?
we hugged this morning. I mean, not doing anything else.
We had a good hug.
I mean, just sometimes take your significant other and just say, hey, stop.
Yeah.
Hug me and just stand there and hug each other for like 10 seconds. So it's like our lives get really busy and we know we love each other.
Yeah.
We know all the other good stuff is there. And
but that transference of energy
it was cool, wasn't it, babe?
And just the warmth and just the reminder of that, you know, I'm in this game with you.
Yeah, we'll stop sometimes and we'll just kiss each other or something. But the hug thing was kind of cool, wasn't it?
Yeah, you got to hug.
Yeah, hug your dog, hug your cat, whoever.
Your
just
friend,
stop
your
and just
mama,
hug. Because it's
whoever.
not about the thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just whoever you
it's
can
about
be
the
around.
love.
Whatever you got, hug. Just hug. And if you want to, just hug yourself. Just stop and be in the moment of that transfer of love.
They said that enthusiasm is infectious, and I think that a hug is that same way, right? It's that exchange of energy, that warmth, that support. And so that's what we want to do. So you make sure that you get a good hug from somebody that loves you.
Oh, I love that. I love that. So welcome to Conversations with Heath and Tracy. Why are we laughing? We're laughing at me already?
No. We meet here every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. EST to demystify your move to the DMV. And Tracy and I are very transparent people. So you can ask us anything.
And if you have any questions this morning, we're going to be Q&A-ing. It's the last day of the month. We're going to be Q&A-ing today. We did it last week, too, because we were a little off. So we're Q&A-ing this morning, right? You can get some time with us this morning.
Yep.
And go ahead and type your comments and your questions below.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Let's see. What are we going to talk about today?
Hey, if you're thinking about moving to the DMV, we definitely want to help.
We want to help. We want to help. Don't do
That's
this
why
blind.
That's why we're here.
Today we're doing Q&A, like I said.
We're answering your questions. Yes.
Yep. And if you want a one-on-one private session, if you don't want to put your question in the comments below for everybody else to see, there'll be a link. I haven't quite gotten to how to put the link while we're live.
It's all good,
there'll
baby.
be a link in the description once it posts.
And you know, some people in our audience
and if
are
not,
very
just DM us.
Some,
you know?
some people in our audience are very transparent about putting questions and that kind of thing. But sometimes you need to do a deeper dive, right? So Trace and I have that expertise around the DMV. Certainly, we lived in North Carolina for 10 years. We know Atlanta very well. It's where I grew up, and we lived in Atlanta for many years.
Yep.
You grew up in South Florida, so you know West Palm, Miami,
and
that
North
whole
Carolina.
That whole piece. I said North Carolina, didn't I?
You didn't? No, I don't think you did.
In North Carolina, right? We lived in North Carolina for 10 years. It's all good. It's all good. Tracy and I are both working in tech.
Yep. So that if you can do Tech Talks with Heath, that's another thing you do. And the sessions we've had with you guys, I just want to say thank you so much.
Yeah.
Everyone is so professional. And let me tell you, our audience, you all are amazing.
Oh, we got dope people.
We have a dope audience, don't we?
We do. Well, you know why, though?
No, why?
Because your vibe
Is
attracts your tribe.
Okay, yes. I like that. Everyone's so professional. Everyone is so focused on moving or, just getting their eggs all in one basket and just really, really professional folk here in this community, guys. And we just want to say thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes. Beautiful love. Beautiful love.
For Design Your Life today, we're
Shout out to
talking
the
about
people.
18 signs
18 signs.
you should consider
Go ahead.
moving to another city.
Word?
If these things are coming up, you need to move.
18 of them.
We got 18 of them.
Yes.
Yes.
And if this is your first time here, my name is Heath.
And I'm Tracy.
Tracy and I are parents, podcasters, and joyfully married after 31 years. And we're also certified marriage counselors. Huh.
How
about that?
Yeah, we are, y'all. That's interesting, too.
And, interestingly, I think that's some of the vibes that people pick up that are watching the show, that we are not only talking about moving to the DMV and kind of pro tips around those kinds of things, but it's really kind of part life coaching, too, right? When we're doing our mindset minutes and we're sharing kind of the wisdom that we've accrued over the years and in different scenarios.
Right.
I think that our audience is very astute, and I think that that's one of the reasons why we have repeat viewers, because they see the value in the show and the information that we bring.
Good morning, Care
shout out to y'all.
007. Good morning,
What's up,
Reality
Care?
Doll. Yes, we
Care
just
back in the
started. You
building.
caught us early today.
Reality Doll in the
Yay.
building.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yes, in the building.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my
thank
gosh,
you, Lydia.
Oh my gosh.
Heartstrings, tugging on the heartstrings this morning.
Oh, I gotta do
We
it.
appreciate it.
Where's
We
my
appreciate
heart?
it,
There we
Lydia.
go. Oh, thank you, Lydia. My heart's not working.
The heart's not working, baby. It's okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Lydia, we
We
send
heard
you
you.
beautiful vibes, beautiful love
Thank you
vibes back
so
out
much.
to you. We
That's
appreciate you so
sweet.
much.
That is so sweet.
Absolutely.
So if you need help relocating to this area, take a second and subscribe.
Yep. He does
To
subscribe
the
button.
channel. We do a lot of different things on our channel.
We do.
We talk about joyfully married after.
Oh yes. We got the relationship game for you.
I asked our kids if they want to start vlogging again. It's very lukewarm.
Yeah, we ain't gonna worry about them right now.
It's the panorama.
They'll come
and
around
they're
at some
like,
point.
No, Mom. They'll come around. But yeah, our lives are pretty interesting right now. So we will be sharing where we've been during No Buy July. Just so y'all know, reminder, we had No Buy July.
No Buy July was in full effect.
Full effect.
Yes.
No Buy July.
We
It was
did
great.
we did buy necessities.
Oh yeah, so we had this conversation with our friends last night.
She was like, "Okay, wait. Did you
like-
not buy anything?" Or
Right.
okay, I need to be clear.
Yeah. So No Buy July means we only bought necessities
Yep.
like food.
Yep.
Right, you need food during the month, but we didn't eat out.
We didn't eat out. Yep.
If we ate out, like if we were out and we're like, "Ooh, I'm hungry," we made sure it was a no tip situation. When we say no tip, like don't sit down and do that. I
Yeah.
tip everywhere.
Grab a
don't get me
sandwich or
wrong.
something.
But we did grab a sandwich. We didn't get as many deliveries, and we'll have to tell you what else we do. I'm not sure if you want to share that, but we did the things we normally do without spending additional money. Like if I was on Amazon or something popped in my Instagram feed, I did not buy it.
Right. Yep. And then we, I think one or two times that we did grab a sandwich, we went to a park and just had an impromptu picnic.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. So
that was fun.
Watching the boats go by and the little people watching,
I
enjoying
really like that,
enjoying
baby.
each other's
I want to
company.
keep doing that.
Yeah. That's dope, right? And so that's just a great reminder for our audience, right? You don't always have to spend, $200-$300 on a meal to
really
enjoy
don't.
yourself and to enjoy company of someone. So hey, take that as a heartwarming pro tip today. Right, grab a sandwich, grab something, and go to a park and sit down and just be mindful and grateful for the surroundings and the beauty,
the little things
that God has created.
You would be amazed at be grateful for your current surroundings if you aren't here yet, and just be grateful in your place.
Absolutely.
Right, and if you're new here, definitely let us know in the comments. We love to see new people.
Yeah, I like to see new you down in the comments.
We love to see new you down in the comments. New you.
Yeah. We always like to chop it up with our new.
If you like us, you gotta
viewers.
hit that like button.
Yeah.
Hit that like button.
Yeah. Just because you subscribe, we still need the like. We still need the likes.
That really helps us with the algorithm and lets other people know. Lets YouTube algorithm know.
And it's always nice to be liked.
It's like to be liked. I mean, we don't thrive on the likes.
I
y'all.
like to
we
be
love
liked.
the comments. We love the back and forth. Trying to figure out how to get more of a live conversation going. Just it's a technology thing. So we're getting there. I'm trying to figure it out. But I do have a day job. So
okay, look,
there we go. What?
Look, let me just say something about
go
likes.
ahead, my love.
About likes,
go
right?
ahead.
It is a beautiful thing to be at a point in your life when you know that your personality type is one that likes to be liked, and yet you have a maturity level and experience to understand that if nobody like you, it's still fine.
It is. But I grew up in a weird kind of thing, so I have not had this. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I had people loved me in high school, or they absolutely hated my behind. So that's how I was. In
I
high
like
school.
you, baby.
I know.
I like
All
like
the
you a
real
lot.
people like me, and then I had undercover likes. People that undercover like me, but gave me hate.
Look,
so.
real recognize real.
Yeah, it's all right.
Queen
all right.
recognize
so
queen.
I'm kind of tough when it comes to that. My exterior's a little tough.
Oh my gosh.
A little tough.
My gosh.
Okay, so here we go. Welcome to Conversations with Heath and Tracy, guys.
Yes.
Oh no.
Boom, boom, ba boom.
All right, let's try it this way. Let me try it this way.
Y'all ever seen that? From
oh my god.
It's all right, babe. It's fine.
I'm so upset.
Y'all ever seen that? What is that? Price is Right.
What?
That's the Price is Right music.
What
Boom,
happened?
boom, boom, boom.
You know what? Every now and then they update this.
This is great for our audience, baby. They're getting to see the tech behind the show. See, what our audience doesn't realize is that the show is so dope because of the production, the deep production quality that Queen Tracy brings to what we are doing here. And if you like this show,
I don't know what happened.
Trust and believe that it is so dope because of this woman right here.
Oh, y'all are, baby, that's so sweet. Okay, y'all, I don't know what happened. I usually test everything. I did not test intro this morning.
That's fine.
I apologize, but y'all know. You'll check it later, right?
Would you give me some transition music so I can demonstrate the flower prowess that I have gained this morning for our audience?
Okay, my dear. Oh. Yeah. Oh, this is pretty. Oh, we got a lot of stuff popping in the yard right now.
This is the smorgasbord this morning, right? I mean, I'm giving y'all a little bit of all of the garden right here. I mean, we got the rose game. I mean, we got the smells with the lavender in here.
There's a little bit of lavender.
I mean, we got some red pops for y'all. If you are down with the hydrangea, got a little hydrangea going. 2 different species of hydrangea right here. With the purple.
Is that a hydrangea though?
That's a hydrangea in the purple, in the middle, right there. This is hydrangea.
Google is such a good app, isn't it? Because that's how we know what all this stuff is.
Look,
guys.
I'm giving our audience the freshly cut multiple rose species game today.
Okay.
All of this grown in the garden of Heath and Tracy. So literally, I identified the flowers that I wanted to cut for the queen and for y'all. Cut the flowers.
I sit and look at
arrange the flowers.
Yeah, he does.
Put the flowers in the beautiful Tiffany vase.
Yeah, he does. And they sit I'm back here behind my work desk
and
all
brought
week.
it brought it to my people.
Yeah.
So I hope y'all appreciate it. I hope y'all appreciate the flower game. This is freshly cut. This is not from the store. Just be clear.
Thank you. We're glad you guys enjoy the flowers. We do.
Flower game strong.
Turn this on. Oh, I'm so sorry I don't have my intro this morning.
Baby, we are the intro.
Okay.
Thank you, Lydia. Lydia likes my
thank you,
flower.
Care 007. I'm so glad that
So
no
Care.
apology is needed. It's all good. You keeping things real.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to be anything other than authentic, and I think it's important to be authentic to yourself.
Transparent,
and
yes.
Transparent.
Mm-hmm.
It's healthy.
Mm-hmm.
It's less stressful.
Yep.
And you really find out who's really down with you.
Yes.
You know, and so it makes your life so much easier. We went to dinner last night with friends.
Mm-hmm.
Went to this really cool place. Did we get any pictures we can show them?
I don't know, baby. Did we take any pictures last night?
I don't know. It was a whiskey bar, y'all, and it's called Jack Rose.
Jack
Rose whiskey bar.
Let me see.
And you walk in, and the walls are literally just filled with bottles of liquor, like literally just bottles everywhere. And you can actually buy. You can buy liquor there too. They have a bottle shop.
I did a video.
You also have a I'll show you next week. You also have a walk up daiquiri. You can walk up and get a daiquiri. DC's like that now. You can walk up and get a daiquiri. He's had a flight of Hibiki. And if you ever know what Hibiki is, for our connoisseurs that drink whiskey, it's very expensive.
Japanese
it was
whiskey.
Nice that he could have a flight and not really have to choose which one he wanted. They had several that aren't even made anymore. Really, really cool place. Thinking about having like a party there.
I took a picture of they
have a
walk-up
frozen deck to go. So you can walk around D.C. with a drink now. You can walk around Arlington with a drink now. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, we'll put some pictures up for y'all.
So what are we talking about? So the housing status, y'all. Let me tell y'all about this housing status.
Speak on it, baby.
Housing. I pulled up. I was like, what's going on with D.C. and Maryland and Virginia as far as housing demand?
Okay.
And what's going on now is people are still putting their homes on the market, which is really good. But they're still snapping them up really quickly. It's not the frenzy it was earlier this year, right when the spring hit. It's calmed down quite a bit. They're saying that the end of June was the appointments kind of dropped off a little bit. I think people are just fatigued.
Fatigued?
I think people are a little fatigued over. So you can see some of the headlines here. Now, the cost of housing is still high.
Okay.
The cost is still high.
High is a relative term, but yes, it is.
No, it's not relative. It's high. So I think in Arlington, the cost went up like 28% over last year, which is crazy. But you have to remember, last year this time we were in the middle of the panorama.
Right.
So now I think we're doing panorama part 2.
Okay.
We can have about that. But yeah, the housing market is out of control. So
what was the average?
What's happening?
What's the average time on the market in Arlington now?
It's only 13 days. Y'all.
So you put the house on the market.
It's gone.
13 days is gone.
It's gone. So you almost have to. So I know. Let me mention this. Bright, BRIGHT MLS.
Bright MLS
is the MLS that you can access for housing in the DC area. I also will mention apartments.com. So what Heath and I do is when we drive around DC, I might see like a little cute apartment or something like that off in the cut, or a cute little building off in the cut, and I'll pull it up and see where it pops up in Google. And most of them are on apartments.com. Someone pushed a question out this week to us, and their question was, how do I find more affordable housing? Guys, when you send us questions like that, it's so general. So just remember, what are you looking for? What price range? Just put a range that you're thinking about. Everywhere is expensive. As we've gone over in these cities you've seen, about $1,800 is that you need at least $1,800. If you don't want to pay, or you don't have the mindset to get to $1,800, or we like to keep it positive. So if you're not ready to pay $1,800 right now, which is a home by yourself, look for a roommate situation.
Get your roommate.
That is so common here in the DC area. It's really, really good to find that roommate situation while you find your forever home, or your permanent home, or something more permanent.
The spot you're looking for.
I was mentioning to Heath yesterday that when our daughter moved back to DC after she graduated from college, she lived with a friend for about a week and a half.
She did?
Yeah, remember she got here and the housing fell through? I do remember that. Yeah, so she lived with a friend for about a week to look for a home. If you have anyone that already lives here, ask them. Pay them while you're there. Yeah, that's true, Charmaine. That's true. Thank you for putting that. I'll mention that too. While you're putting it up, while you're looking for a place, ask your friend. Pay them while you are on their couch or in their extra room or on an air mattress or whatever, because it's going to be easier for you to find something here. You're driving around. We went to pick up lunch yesterday, and there's a little apartment building across the street from where we picked up lunch, and it needed a little work. Like, they need to cut the grass, I guess, or whatever. But it was like in the location was amazing.
Yeah.
It had like a little park area. It was an older building, but it wasn't, falling down. It wasn't decrepit or anything. And I think the pricing was like $1,500. And I'm talking, y'all, the best.
It was like
area.
right in Roslyn, right?
No, we were in Clarendon.
We were in Clarendon.
I couldn't believe it.
Yep.
We were in Clarendon, and it was on a residential street. So cool. And it was just like little pockets.
Yeah.
So if you get here and you find where you want to live, you have to drive around and write down everything. Another suggestion is look for property management companies.
Yep.
They are so many here. Property management, whatever. Just put property management companies, Maryland, property management companies, DC, property management companies, Arlington. Okay, so let's go to what Charmaine is saying. Apartments also want you to make 40 times the monthly rent
put that
to
on your screen so our audience can see what you're alluding to.
So this is the other thing, guys. I don't know what this is about.
Hey,
I don't know why people are doing this or why the cities and townships are allowing people this. This is right. And when you say 40 times, they mean that month. So say you make say the apartment rent is $2,000. Multiply that times 40. That's $80,000 a year. You need to make $80,000 a year to qualify for $2,000 a month.
So if you aren't able to demonstrate that to them, they be like,
right.
No.
And if you get a grantor or a guarantor or someone to
guarantor.
Guarantor, yeah. Their income needs to be 80 times. It needs to be double. And they might need to show a certain amount of money in the bank.
It's like buying a house almost.
So I would push toward property management companies
right.
that are renting out mom and pop houses and condos.
Yeah.
I would stay away from these
the big
new,
box, the big
unless you can afford it, unless you can do all of that. They're great places to live. They have rooftop swimming pools and all kind of beautiful facilities and everything in the middle of town. But you can find apartments and condos and houses in those same areas.
Right.
But you have to go a different route. Okay, you have to go a different route.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind.
Yeah. So the moral of that story is keep at it. Right. Stay strong.
Yeah.
And understand that when you get an idea, the idea comes fully clothed. So what you want to do is wherever you are and wherever you want to get to, just resolve to do whatever it is those steps are to get the result you're looking for.
Yeah.
That's what's up. What's up, Crop? Good to see you, man.
What's up? Good morning.
My God, North Carolina.
Oh, my God. The housing is crazy. Rent is driving up, too. Yeah. So because people have decided, I don't want to buy a house. It's too much of a problem. I'm fatigued. I'm tired of bidding and getting outbid. She said it's comparable to convince husband to move to DMV. And what happened? I can't remember the rest. I can't see the rest. Yeah. So that's what's happening. People are losing out on houses, so they're moving to rentals, and it's driving that up. Yeah. So that's what's going on. And
y'all remember that guy? You remember that dude who was running for office in New York that time? It was like 10 years ago. And his whole platform was rent is too doggone high.
He didn't say doggone.
Y'all remember that dude?
We're going to keep it clean now.
That dude was funny.
Didn't they make a song out of that?
Oh, my gosh.
I think they made a song out of that.
They probably did.
It looks like Stacy has a question.
They probably did.
You have a question? Oh, no. She's just making a comment. Hey, Stacy.
What's up, Stacy?
Stacy, Tracy's out. I feel like akin to Stacy's because people call me Stacy all the time.
There's a kinship.
Go ahead, read it back.
My teen is interested in IT field.
Oh.
More so game design.
Yep, we have one of those.
But I'm worried about job stability in that field.
Oh my gosh.
What advice do you have? We live in the triad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Thank you for saying we're amazing. Hi, Stacy.
Thank you, Stacy. So a couple things that I think about that. One is in the triangle in general. So she's in the triads, right? So
yeah, she's in the triads.
So she's in North Carolina.
So she's a little bit further south.
She's not right in the Raleigh-Durham area. She's in the triad is like Greensboro, Charlotte, whatever. I forget the exact cities of the triad. But the point is that just in RTP, just in Research Triangle Park, there are 40 plus gaming companies right now.
Just in Cary.
They are doing game design, right? It's like any other content, right? It's needed. You look at all the streaming companies, right? Amazon Plus and Disney Plus and all of these folks, they're all looking for content, and that's why they're buying movie studios and these television shows and these archives of all of these different movies and content.
Right.
Whether it's games, right? The theme parks. I mean, all of that stuff is so valuable because it it keeps the viewers and your audience engaged with you. And so gaming is not going anywhere, right?
No.
So, some of you know that I work for AWS in the daytime, and we have an entire gaming division, right? We have an entire division of people that do nothing but sell and work with gaming companies, right? And so this is going to continue to proliferate, right? Both in your pocket devices, how you interact on TV, and it's just going to continue to go. So
yeah, don't be afraid of gaming.
Don't be afraid at all.
Gamification is starting to become part of consumerism.
Yep.
It's just going to keep going on and on and on. So don't be afraid of that at all. He can get a 2-year degree and start making $80,000 a year. One of my son's friends lives in Bethesda, went to community college in Maryland. 2 years, guys. He is 19 years old, making $80,000 a year, working for Bethesda Games. So gaming companies are everywhere. They're little pocket companies, but they make a lot of money and they pay a lot of money. Yep. So definitely encourage him to do that. One, if it's something he's passionate about. I love that.
You're good, Stacey. Don't
and
worry.
You're good. Don't worry about it, guys. Remove that from your vocabulary.
Yes.
So, what was I going to say? So the thing about designing your life today, designing your life.
I feel like we need some music.
Oh, you want some music?
Yeah.
I got you.
We've just been talking for a minute. I think we need to go into another section of the show. Bring in a little music, Soften the vibe. Keeping the vibes high. Because it's Heath and Trace on this Saturday. And we are telling no lies. We want to share with our audience and give them the information that they need so that they can move to the DMV with post-haste speed. And yes, I'm coming off the dome. And that's just
pretty
what
good, babe.
I was on the roll.
I'm sorry I stopped you.
It's all right, baby. It's all right. You good.
So the reason why we wanted to come up with this particular topic of conversation, and feel free to jump in and add in, guys, because it's 18 signs. And I looked at each and every one. I said, do I want to talk about all 18? Do we want to? And the answer is yes.
Yes.
Because I think when you think about moving to an area like DC, I read an article today that said most people that move here are moving from Boston or New York. So they're used to the cost of living here. It is not cheap to live here. It is not. If you're moving here as an unskilled worker, rethink that. Rethink moving here as an unskilled worker because you want to up your game first and then make a transition here. It's a beautiful city to live in and we love it.
Yes.
So 18 signs.
18 signs
you should move to that new city.
18 signs you should consider moving.
Number 1.
To a new city.
Number 1.
There's
better health care there.
We get healthcare questions frequently, right?
Yeah, we do.
Because some people are maybe have pregnancies and they're moving here. Maybe they have some underlying health conditions and they're moving here. Their loved one is with them, that kind of thing. And so healthcare is always a good thing to consider, right?
Right.
So big time importance.
The other thing is that if you have any underlying conditions or you want to, you just want to move to a better city. There are cities that literally have no hospitals right now. Hospitals are closing. My mother works, that's what she did as a consultant, and a lot of hospitals just aren't good. And if you need particular care or something like that, or someone in your family needs particular care, that's a good reason to move to another city if they have better health care.
Yeah, do they have lower drug prices? Are things more plentiful? Lots of reasons.
Number 2.
You can be closer to your support system.
This is so factual, especially if you have children or just, and when we say support system, it does not have to be mom and daddy. It could be friends from college. It could be cousins. It could be support system as far as your career. That is your support system. There's nothing wrong with these days saying, I need more support.
Sure.
I don't need to do this alone. I need someone around to help. A lot of young families move to be closer to their parents so that they can have help with daycare. So that is a great reason to move to a new city.
Yep.
And in turn, number 3,
your elders might need your support.
Yep. I could see that. We've considered moving to different cities for that reason. Fortunately, my mom decided to move in with us.
Yep, that's
so
been
that
very
makes
helpful.
it's very helpful. It helps my psyche
Right.
on a daily basis. There was a time where I was very concerned, and I just felt like she needed to be closer to me, or we need to be closer to her.
Right.
I'm kind of going through that with my dad now, but I'm starting to feel better about that.
That was one of the reasons we were considering South Florida,
Yeah,
too.
my dad lives in South Florida.
So we were like, okay, well, how can we make that work, right? So we're looking at our job prospects, entrepreneurial scenarios, and we were like, oh, well, South Florida could work.
So if your family needs support in some way, your sister, your brother, anybody that's close to you, it's a good reason to move to another city.
Absolutely.
Number 4.
Your new city provides greater access to cultural excursions.
This is so important, guys. If nothing is going on in your town or your city, get up out of there. Let's go.
Yeah.
These cities need to bring more of a cultural experience to us. I think as Americans, we get so caught up in consumerism. Where's the mall and stuff like that? Where are the outdoor activities?
Right.
Where are the festivals? Like this weekend, there's a food festival in downtown Alexandria. I can't wait to go to.
We're going.
There's another food festival at the other end of town with little different flavor, little jazz or something they got going.
Might flow through there too.
Might go there too. We had some of this in our previous city,
We did.
but it was all one thing. It was very homogenous.
Right.
Whereas when you live in places like this, you're going to get a lot more. You're going to get a lot more different stuff. So
when you say this, you're alluding to the DMV.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we rode up in the Smithsonian a few times over the last few weeks, right?
Yeah, and I have the little film for you for next week. I couldn't get it all together, but our No Buy July, we did a lot of free stuff. So we're going to show you a lot of the free stuff that we did.
And another thing that I love about the museum scenario is they're very romantic.
Ooh, they are.
Right? And people don't think about those things, right?
And
like if you want to go on a date, whether you have a spouse or somebody new that you just met, I mean, those museums are it has a vibe. It's romantic. It's historical.
Yeah.
It's low pressure, right? People around. It's the middle of the day.
It gives you feelings.
I mean, there's so many positives to museums, and we have such a plethora of them.
Yeah, when we were visiting the museums last night, I felt emotional. Every single museum I went to, I had some type of emotion coming out of it, and we had discussions when we come out. We were like, oh, what was your feeling about that?
Yeah, so definitely get to a town that has some of these kinds of things that we're talking about, and you will thank yourself later.
You will. And if you're in a town, find them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Number 5. You need to change of pace.
You might need to change your pace.
Let's just switch it up. Us girls, we like to switch up our hair. We like to switch up the lip. I like to change my glasses sometimes, your jewelry, your earrings. You need to change up your life where you are, your location.
Real talk, we did that when we relocated from Atlanta to North Carolina. Right, we were not necessarily moving for change of pace. We were moving for job prospects,
but we were ready.
But the point is that how the pace was, we were able to slow down, right? Because Raleigh is more of a mid-tier city versus somewhere like Atlanta, DC, New York, Chicago, etc. And so we were like, wow,
it was weird.
That pace was like.
It was like we were going like this in Atlanta.
Right.
And we got to Raleigh and we're like, zoo. It's like, oh, this is weird. It was so weird, but it got us to a different place mentally.
Right.
And when we went back to visit our friends in Atlanta, we're like, oh my God, they're crazy.
Because I ran at a different pace. And their life is so busy and they're doing things.
And it was just
doing your job, you side hustling, you over here, you over there.
And we were like, were we like this? Was it like this? And we were like, our lives were crazy when we lived. So you have to find that sometimes you need to change it for your health, for your stress level, for your mindset, for your mental health. You need a change of pace sometimes. Go ahead and get it in another city.
You get that from people who lived in New York and places like that, right? And they come, even though DC is still a major metropolitan area,
it's slower than
the pace
New York,
from
definitely.
New York or somewhere else might be like, oh man, this is cool. Like I didn't even realize.
No, you don't. And you can't get that same effect when you go on vacation or visit somebody. Because when you go on vacation or visit somebody, it's like this.
Yeah.
So, but when you move there, you're like, oh my gosh. It was so funny when we moved to North Carolina. We're like, do people live here? And we would be out on the street at night. And we'd be like, is this road open?
We was out on 540 on the
we were
on
on
the toll
highway,
road.
y'all.
On the toll road. When we moved there, it was like 12 years ago. We were like, is this road open?
We were like, oh no, did
no
we get on a break?
There's no cars out here. That thing was crazy.
It was crazy.
You go from Atlanta to that, it was mind-boggling.
It was mind-boggling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So better opportunities for work is number 6.
Number 6, better opportunities for work. Hey, that's how we got to North Carolina. That's how we got to Metro DC, right? Just understanding, being in touch with yourself. What do you need? What do you want? What do you desire?
Yeah.
These opportunities present themselves. You have to evaluate them, right? And so that definitely has brought us to some great situations over the last 10, 15 years.
And I think our experience of moving here for better opportunities for work, and then Heath interacting with his coworkers, and just hearing the stories.
Yeah.
Hearing the stories of my family is in a better place now. Yes, I'm moving to a more expensive city, but it's elevated our whole thing.
Yeah.
And you have to open your eyes to that. Don't get stuck in a rut at work too.
When we got ready to move from Atlanta, people looked at us like we had 2 heads.
Oh my God, they thought we had
y'all leaving Atlanta? Yeah, what's wrong with y'all?
What's wrong with y'all? Everybody coming to Atlanta. Why y'all leaving? You must be crazy. I ain't leaving Atlanta. You must be crazy.
It was so strange.
And our lives have like quadrupled.
Right.
Not just financially, but just overall. It's just been so much fuller just to leave Atlanta. It was okay. It's gonna be okay, y'all. There's life after Atlanta.
Life after Atlanta. It's another show.
It's another show. How about number 7, babe?
Maybe your passion lives elsewhere.
No, think about if you're a music lover or if you're an art lover, certain cities you're not going to get that, like South Dakota or certain areas of town. You're just not going to get, if you like snowboarding, don't live in the South, things like that. So if you like certain things and certain things are congregated or popular in certain cities, consider moving there, because what you'll find is you'll find a group and you'll find a community that just really, really supports you in that and then elevates you.
Absolutely.
I actually had a friend that we worked with in Atlanta. Do you remember Matt? I don't know. Okay,
Who
Matt, gray beard, kind of real cool dude. He left. You might
Matt
not remember.
Matt that went to
Asheville.
SAP. Oh.
Matt,
he was an artist.
He was an artist, and he was in tech with us, working next to us and everything. And I looked up on Facebook or whatever, and he moved to Asheville,
North Carolina,
and built a artist business. He's a real
he's doing
artist
like folk
now.
art
Studio, folk art, like
finding
scraps of metal or something, and with glass and everything, and doing some beautiful artwork. And now that's what he does.
Yep, that's his
but
thing.
he had to move to Asheville to find that, because if you know anything about Asheville, that's the community there.
Right, that's the vibes.
So he did this. I've actually seen people do that. So move where your passion lives.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
This is a good one. Number 8.
You ain't never lived nowhere else.
Come on, y'all. Let's get it.
Hey, just like there was a young lady that I knew from the last place that I worked before I started with Amazon, and she grew up in North Carolina. She went to North Carolina State University. She got her first job at the business in North Carolina where I was working. And when she got promoted, she had the opportunity to either stay there or to go to a different locale.
Okay.
So her role was in Colorado, I think.
Okay.
And that girl, that young woman is like, she taking Instagram selfies on top of mountains.
So good.
She going to all kinds of cool like outdoor concerts. She traveling. She's skiing. She's snowboarding. She's doing all this stuff that she's never had the opportunity to do in North Carolina, or in that way, right? And then she's living out west, so it's a different part of the world. And she's going to visit new friends in California, and so
oh my gosh, I love
her whole world opened up.
Yeah.
Because she'd never done anything other than what she had been accustomed to doing. And I think the other part of that we want to double click into is that even if your experience isn't good, when you move somewhere else, you can always move back.
You can always move back.
So there you go. But now you don't have to say, hey, I never tried it. Now you can say, hey, I tried it and it didn't work for me.
And I think as people that live in the United States, we forget. This is the United States. You can't move so easily in other continents, on other continents. It's just not that easy to move from place to place to place. Super chat. Thank you, Stacy.
Hey, Stacy.
Thank you.
Stacy C. Stacy C.
Sheba Dog shaking his hips saying thank you. I don't know how to get the sticker up there.
We're gonna get it up
I'm going to figure it out, Stacy. Thank you so much. I like the little dog shaking his booty. I like that. Yes.
We appreciate the super chat and supporting the show.
And Melissa says, That's me. I've been in the same city since birth. 39. That's okay.
Yeah.
But go ahead. Let's do this. It's going to be okay. And if you don't like it, guess what? You can move back home.
Right.
You can move back home. But what I was saying earlier was
What
that
were you saying, baby?
it's important to understand that we live in the United States of America. The only thing we have to do to move to another state is get a new driver's license.
That's all
To be legal, literally.
Real
It's just
talk.
change your driver's license and the tags on your car.
Real
You
talk.
don't have to do anything else, y'all. It's really weird. And what we don't understand how much of an advantage that is.
Right.
And we need to take more advantage of it.
Well, you watch this, was it Indiana Jones? Like, papers, please, papers.
Yeah, we don't have to do that. If you live in Europe, if you live in Africa, if you live anywhere else, you got to go through all of this just to go somewhere else that's close.
That's true, baby.
We don't have to do that. And
That's true.
you know, you can move from California to Texas.
Yes.
You'd be a whole nother country. Okay?
I'm from Texas. What country are you from?
Yeah, basically. Love my Texans. There is some place, number 9, there's some place you have always wanted to live.
Yeah. Some people are, hey, I always wanted to live in L.A. and see what that was like. Some people are, hey, I always wanted to understand what it was like to live in New York. Hey, living in the nation's capital. I mean, I'm a political buff, and I'd love to maybe work for a congressman or a senator, or be engaged with some of the things that are happening on Capitol Hill, or maybe work at some of the TV stations that are covering all these politics, or be on Barack Obama's staff for XYZ, some initiative that he has that's impacting the world. I mean, those are the kinds of things that can drive you to move. And so if those things have been burning, or you've been thinking about those kinds of things, hey, this is the time to do it.
Yeah. Number 10.
Your goals have changed.
You
You were living in one particular place because you had certain goals and that kind of thing, and then you went through that, and then the process evolved, and now you're at a different place in your life, and so now maybe you have some new goals. Maybe you want to slow down. Maybe you want to speed up. Maybe you want to expand your income. Maybe you want to do more around your creative outlets, whatever it is.
Maybe you moved to LA to be a singer or comedy, and you look up and all you're doing is waiting tables, and it's like, let me try something else. Let me try something else because it's going to probably be better. Number 11.
You hate the weather.
Oh my gosh, that's me, y'all. I'm a weather girl. The weather has to be right for me. I can't imagine living in North Dakota, South Dakota.
Tracy's not a big fan of winter.
Can't stand it. Can't stand it.
Tracy grew up in South Florida, right?
Yes.
That's the subtropics, as they say.
What do I say every winter?
Winter is so unnecessary.
It's so unnecessary. Y'all. I don't know how to explain to the rest of the world that being cold and the way you got to get through the cold, it's just so unnecessary.
But Florida people know what we're talking about.
Yes, you do, don't you? It's just so unnecessary. If you hate the weather, move. You can move to a whole nother state in this country.
You can.
And just get a new driver's license.
If that's your thing.
And get better weather.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's one of the things that we do like about DC is that you get all the seasons, but the winter doesn't last, but for a couple months.
Right. Number 12, someone you care about lives there.
Hey, some of y'all got those long distance things happening.
Yeah.
Hey, you're like, hey, we need to take this to the next level. Let's make a move. Either I got to do something, or you got to do something, right? And so that's one thing that happens is, hey, you roll the dice, and I'm gonna go over there and see if we can make this work, right?
But don't buy property together, y'all.
Or to see if that is what I need to do, right? In corporate, we call that a two-way door, where hey, you make a decision. To your point, it's not very difficult to go from one state to another state in the United States of America.
Yeah.
So you try something. If it didn't work, you can always come back through the door. But then if it does work, then
I like that.
That was a great decision.
Yeah, the thing about long distance relationships is just be careful. We're going to do a podcast on this, but when you do the long distance relationship and you're over and you want to move to the other place, be aware of the ramifications of buying property together. Let me just add that in there.
Okay,
but yeah, definitely move to where someone you care about lives. It's going to don't think of it as doing it just for them.
Yeah.
Doing it as thinking about it for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did y'all know we had a podcast?
Joyfully Married After.
Joyfully Married After on your favorite audio platforms.
Yeah.
Go and check it out.
Number 13.
You are ready to start a family.
Did we do that? I think we did that. We moved from D.C. to Atlanta after we had one. We were like, we can't do it here. We tried for 2 years?
Yeah,
we tried for 2 years with a toddler to live in the D.C. area, very young, straight out of college during the first recession. Most of you probably don't remember. But it was in
the first recession.
The
recession,
it
was the Gulf War. The Gulf War broke out.
Yeah, and everything
Bush won.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
And we had just graduated from college, and everything was just so skinny. Everything was just so skinny. And DC was still, unaffordable in the sense of we just couldn't make enough money.
Not to mention the crack game was at its height.
Oh.
So we're like, this is probably not the best place to start.
Yeah, we were definitely living in New Jack City.
New Jack City.
Yeah, we were living in New Jack City.
Oh my gosh! And so we moved to Atlanta because we wanted to start a family.
So
there you
we
go.
rose up.
Yeah.
Rose up. You realize you
Number
were
14.
running. Number 14. You realize you were running away from home.
Running away.
You ran away from home, and you might think it might be time to go back home. Go back home. Come back home. Whatever it is. There's nothing wrong with that.
Somebody got that Frankie Beverly reference right there.
What?
I was singing "Running Away" in the background while you were talking.
What y'all know about Frankie Beverly? So you realize you were running away. You want to get away from your parents. They were getting on your nerves.
Yep.
Your brother, your siblings were too much drama was going on. You were tired of you and your high school friends not doing nothing. You wanted some new friends, whatever it is. Whether you went to college and you're like, I ain't going back there, and you go, I might need to go home. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that. Do it. Number 15.
You have no reason to stay where you are.
Ooh, I like this one. Can we just?
It's like why you there? You kind of in a malaise. You kind of stuck in neutral. What's the prospects for your life? What are things looking like with your career? How are things happening with your family? What, are you just kind of in a rut?
Are you always by yourself?
Why are you staying there?
Are you hanging out with the toxic people because there's nobody else to hang out with?
Might be time to bounce.
Might be time to bounce. Right. And that leads you to number 16.
You complain about your city all the time.
If you're always complaining about the weather, if you're always complaining about the traffic, if you're always complaining about that's how I was in North Carolina.
Traffic crazy.
I was like that in North Carolina.
I don't know about these folk.
That's what I used to say. I don't know about these folks. I think I complained about North Carolina every day, baby.
Not every day.
No, but I would balance it.
Yeah.
Oh, but I love the skies.
It's so beautiful. Such a beautiful state.
That is probably one of the prettiest states in the Union, guys, North Carolina. And that's what made me feel feel good about living there.
A lot of natural beauty in
Oh
North
my
Carolina,
gosh,
no
it's
doubt.
just driving around. It's absolutely gorgeous.
And you got some cool people like Krupp.
But if you're complaining,
like my man Krupp
919. If you complaining all the time, you might need to move to a new city.
Might be time to go.
Y'all ain't ready for the next one.
Number 17.
Number 17.
You want to grow
or smoke
cannabis.
Let's just keep it real.
The cannabis game is serious out here. The cannabis game is it's growing like a weed.
Yes. Yeah. That was pretty good, baby.
Thank you, baby. I got dad jokes for days.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, he's the dad joke king. Yeah, if you want to grow or smoke on a regular basis, please pick the correct place to be.
Yeah, because there's some states in the union that are not down.
Not down with it.
They're not down.
With it.
You can get yourself caught out there.
And there's too many places now you can go and be fine.
Yeah, so if that's your thing, if you want to be in the cannabis industry, if you're an occasional smoker, recreational smoker,
you want to grow your own.
You like the brownies.
Whatever, cook it, whatever you do with it.
Whatever.
Move to a state that it's okay with and you're not going to go to jail.
Yeah, might need to check that out.
Because the ones that aren't quite there yet, they're coming for you. They want the dollars.
Yes.
They want the dollars. They coming for you.
Hey, my man Master P said, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
I love it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so just to give you an update on that, in DC it's decriminalized as it is in Virginia.
Okay.
They also are in the process of letting everyone out that went to jail for small possession in Virginia. So Virginia is leading the way in the South.
Let them out.
Yeah, let them out. It's decriminalized here. You can grow it. You can.
Like cannabis is big business now. How you still got the people in jail?
Exactly. Let them out.
Come
so
on,
the governor actually signed something in the House and everything agreed. Let the people go. So they letting the people go here in Virginia. I'm down with Virginia at this point because that was my thing. People out here becoming billionaires and millionaires, and you still got people rotting in jail for something that is totally legal now. And I think they need to give them some money so they can start their own business. That's my opinion. Yeah, whatever.
You got Bitcoin millionaires and you got the cannabis millionaires.
You know, let the people go and give them some money for jacking up their lives. That's the way I feel about it.
Miss Tracy, speak on it.
I'm just, that's a tough.
I really wish you were more passionate sometimes,
I'm
Tracy.
so passionate. It gets me in trouble. It gets me in trouble sometimes, but deal with it. Deal with it. Deal with it.
Are we on the last one? Number 18?
It gets me in trouble a lot now.
We go?
Now that I think about it.
Should we move on?
But I'm okay with it.
Okay.
I'm okay with it. I think I'm okay with it.
All right.
I have my scars, but I'm okay with it. Last but not least, what is the 18th sign you should consider moving to a new city?
You want to move just because?
Just because, y'all.
Hey, I'm just getting moving vibes, right? I'm kind of at a dead end. I'm not really vibing with where I am.
Just because.
Maybe I had a breakup. Maybe I just always wanted to live
just
in,
move.
XYZ place. I just want to move. I just want more action. One thing that we haven't talked about was, we talked about museums and those kinds of things.
Right.
Like some people love sports.
Oh yeah.
Right. You move to a certain town like Metro DC, you got the football team.
That's
you got the basketball team.
Let's move.
You got the baseball team. You got the soccer team.
You got hockey team.
You got the hockey team. I mean, it's just like it's always some sports that's going on, right? So some people are like into that kind of stuff, and so there's nothing wrong with that, right? But I think that at the end of the day, when you're in touch with yourself, you have that self-awareness around just kind of your thoughts and what kind of vibes you're getting. If you're seeing signs in your life that maybe you need to move just because. So there you go.
So Reality Doll says great tips. It's like the apartments are trying to keep people out. Yeah. So we were talking about how they want you to have 18. What's it?
What, 40
times the rent.
40 times the rent.
Like I said, if it's $2,000 a month for rent, you need to make $80,000 a year.
Right.
And so yes, the answer. You hit the nail on the head. They are trying to keep certain people out.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate that municipalities are allowing this practice. But like I said, stay away from, and the reason why is because they're owned by hedge funds.
Well, yeah. There are multiple reasons, right? But certainly
no, that's the biggest reason.
There certainly is a key driver. Is like, who are the owners of these giant buildings,
hedge
right?
funds.
And you think about how much it costs to acquire land, how much it costs to create infrastructure
and build billion-dollar buildings.
You got to have some money behind that, right?
Yeah.
And so for them, everything is about profit, right? It's Wall Street driving everything. And so the idea is that if they're going to rent each one of those units, they want to make sure and guarantee that they're going to be able to get their money each month, right? Because that is going to impact their profit margins. And so if they are not profitable, then that's going to be a problem for them.
And their algorithm already includes being 40% vacant. Because let me tell you something, they be 40% vacant. It's so funny. We'll drive around and look at these gorgeous buildings, and half the building is empty.
Yeah.
They don't care.
But then connected to that, there are companies that are making sure that they also are holding certain parts of those buildings for people that have that they need some affordable housing.
So
DC, programs,
when you
right?
see these big, beautiful buildings going up, yes, a percentage of those apartments are for affordable housing. So there was an apartment building built on Howard University's property, and I'm just telling you this because I know a little bit more about it.
Go ahead, baby.
Directly across from a dormitory. Let me tell y'all something. So Howard University made them. If they hadn't done this, it wouldn't have been in the clause. But said, okay, you're building this property. We're doing a ground lease or whatever it is. We need you to give a certain amount to our grad students, a certain amount to our faculty. Okay, fine, we'll do that. Then, of course, the city says you have to take a certain amount and make it affordable. Do you know what they did with those apartments?
What they do, baby?
You ready for this?
What did they do, baby?
You had to come in the lobby,
okay,
go downstairs, walk through the parking garage to get to those apartments.
Ooh, so
I was like, really? Really?
Hey, they're available. Some people say don't hate the player, hate the game.
Okay, just so you know, y'all, it's not cute. It's just not cute. But
right.
go to if you're going to a certain city, look up their housing authority and see if there's an affordable housing page. There probably is. And you'll have to go through a class or something like that. And when you do, you have access to affordable housing. You'll start getting stuff in your feed. Have your thing together.
Get yourself together.
Get your little package right.
It is better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have an opportunity and not be prepared.
Okay, I like it. And incredible not. Good morning.
What's up now?
Are housing prices still rising in DC?
Yep.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah, they are. They're still going up. Now, no, but I will say this. When I go and I just scroll and look for you guys, I do see some of the higher end homes dropping their prices.
Right.
So it just depends on where. If you're in a sweet spot where everybody else is, that $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, forget it. Just forget
very competitive.
It's just super competitive. But if you're higher than that, they're coming down a little bit.
Wait, I saw something. No, go.
Well,
down.
I'm not there yet. I'm right here.
No. There was something else over here from Care. Go down. Scroll.
Oh,
see?
There we. Hey, Super Chat.
Care 007 contributed to the show. We appreciate you, Care. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Show.
Okay.
No
what
doubt.
we got here? Reality Doll. Hey,
what's
welcome
up,
to the
Reality
show.
Doll?
What about opportunities
Welcome
for
back.
those with an MBA?
Hey, when you bring in qualifications, it's really going to be about what it is that you want to pursue specifically, right? And so, what your experience set is, what your lane is, what it is that you want to achieve. A lot of times, what happens is these companies will typecast you, predicated on the things that you've done.
Yeah, they will.
Right, and so hey, maybe if you have your dream companies and you want to maybe see if you can get your foot in the door, that could be a way. The lowest hanging fruit is going to be something that matches up with your past experience, and then you can sort of maneuver from there.
Yeah,
Charmaine. But if you bring in experience and qualifications, you're gonna be good.
Charmaine says it's time to bounce out of Philly. I hear Philly is going through it right now, and we pray for you. Stay safe, and just stay positive and patient in your process. It's going to happen for you, and just hang in there. Hang in there.
Keep going.
Love the 18 topics.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah,
thank
keep
you,
in mind
Doll.
what we said. Go back and listen to those if you wrote. Or just think about. Release the angst and release the stress around making a decision, and just go for it.
Right.
Just go for it. Lydia says a lot of these points I'm
They're
so
hitting.
glad
Lydia's hitting hard.
It's hitting. Okay, girl.
Lydia said it's hitting hard right here.
It's hitting hard. She said a lot. Yeah, a lot. Yeah.
Accentuate.
Yeah.
That's like when you get the text and then you respond with the double exclamation points. A lot.
Stacy says, need to clear their record. Too many young men are going to need. Yeah.
Absolutely.
You're right.
Absolutely.
You're right. I agree with that. I love the fact that, they are doing that too, by the way. They are clearing their record and letting them out.
Yeah.
So I did read that also. So it's just great that they're doing that in Virginia. Just such a progressive governor here, and he's having a hard time. But we'll see how he holds up.
And back to that point you were making about those housing authorities and that kind of thing. They have those in D.C. They have those in Virginia, and I'm sure they have those in Maryland as well. And so
it's usually under the city or the county.
Right. So if you have, a certain type of income and you need one of those kinds of authorities or one of those to be a conduit to get you into a housing scenario, those opportunities are there, right? And so certainly DC is a place, or the DMV is a place where when you have strong income, or some of the jobs will help you bring your income up. But by the same token, depending on your personal situation, those resources are there. So if you need those, seek those out, and that'll get you to where you're trying to go.
Yeah. So for instance, for those hedge fund owned properties, you're going to have to go through the affordable housing program. I'm going to tell you right now, unless you're making 150, whatever $1,000. If you're making 80,000, they don't have $2,000 apartments. They just don't.
Right.
The studios are 2,500, 2,300, and so you want, and then your credit score is going to need to be in the 720 and above area. So I don't even think will they do 720?
They'll do 720.
Yeah. And then the other thing you want to think about is, negotiate. I don't care what they got. Empty apartments, y'all. Negotiate. Say to them, I want to get 2 months free. And what they'll do is they'll take the 2 months. It's $2,000. They'll divide it by the length of your lease and then take that much off of your monthly payment. Yeah. So there's a lot of different ways you can do it. Be open-minded. Stay positive. Okay.
I want to double click into that. Right. That's a great point about knowing your worth. And when you have those qualifications, when you meet those stringent requirements that they have in those specific programs, then you have value, right? Because they need to fill those slots. So you do have some leverage when you get into those scenarios. So don't be afraid to negotiate and to see what else you can get.
Yeah, and don't be put off by the people you encounter that are working in these apartments. They're snooty. Yeah. I'm telling you right now, if you find a nice one, hang on to them. But most of the time, they're like, I work in a $5,000 a month building and you don't. So it's ridiculous, the whole demeanor around it. But just get your mind right. Don't let them deter you from what you're trying to do. Yeah. They run into a lot of people who cannot even afford to live there that come in, and they're just kind of, they're a little worn out. Yeah. So don't feel that way at all. When they find someone that's qualified and doing the right things, they're going to try to help you.
Yeah. You got to put Kara's comment back up.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you, Kara.
Gotta move. Yes, girl. Working on. Okay, yeah. So the job situation thing, stay positive and stay patient. Yep. Stay positive and stay patient. Yep. So many places hiring here. I think we're up to 30% as far as office occupancy. People going back into the office. Yep, I've been in office saw a picture yesterday. The train was full. Yeah. So we're quote unquote getting back to normal. In spite of I don't want to say it. The resurgence of the panorama. Most people in this area are vaccinated.
Yeah, double vaxxed.
And the mask thing never really went away here. Yeah. So we're good.
Yeah, keep being smart, guys. Keep your mask with you, right?
Right,
Put it on when you need to.
Yeah, work on that credit score, guys. There's so many ways to work on that.
Yeah.
And it's gonna really, really relax your move.
Yep.
You gotta get.
It's a game. It's a game. You gotta play it.
Yeah, it's a game. It's literally a game.
Right.
And it takes a minute to get it straight. There are some different companies out there that will help you get it straight, but be careful who you listen to. Right. Don't do the phony stuff. Don't do the fake stuff. It doesn't work enough to make a difference. They charge you too much money. Do it right. So just try to take care of your credit, and if you can't give yourself some time, give yourself some grace, give yourself some space.
Yeah, put your plan together, execute the plan.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I want to say great show today. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to Baltimore today. I'm trying to get some film.
We're going to get a little film.
Yeah, we're going to try to get some film for y'all. We're going to go to Baltimore today. Go see my friend that you guys met on the show, Jackie.
They did meet Jackie, didn't they?
Yeah, they met Jackie. We're going to hang out with Jackie for a while. Let me tell you what Jackie's done. Last weekend we were supposed to go. She's like, girl, I'm at the beach. I was like, the beach? So this is the cool thing about living in this area. It's so easy to get places like this. Okay. She's like, yeah, I got up this morning. I forgot y'all were coming and just rolled out to the beach. It was beautiful. And then she posted some pictures yesterday, and she was at a balloon festival. You know, the kind you get in the basket and you float up. I was like, girl, you should have told me.
You want to get in hot air balloon, baby?
No.
You would have been freaking out.
No. I want to watch
You were going to film her from the ground.
Yeah, I won't.
You'd be like, oh, look at Jackie up in the balloon.
So that is my kryptonite. My kryptonite.
Queen Tracy is not getting in nobody's balloon.
I'm not a height person. Y'all remember Richard Gere from Pretty Woman? Remember he was like, yeah, I want to live in the penthouse, but he didn't want to. That's me. I want to live in the penthouse.
I want the best,
but I don't want to. I'm not going out.
You want to look over the balcony.
I'm not going down. I'm not going on the balcony.
He can see it.
I'm not going on the balcony. We stayed at the beach one time in a really, really nice villa overlooking the water and everything. Yeah. And they kept going out there and hanging. I was like, you gonna come out? I was like, I ain't going out there. I am not going out there.
Kara coming with the pro tips for the audience.
Pay down.
You spot on.
She's spot on, guys. Just it's becoming more important almost every day. As we move into a digital society, it's going to be important to have those 3 numbers in check. And I remember back in the day, if you had a 650, you were cool.
Right.
That's no longer the case.
Right.
From what I understand, you need to be a 750 now. So shoot for the stars. Shoot for that 800.
That's what my man said in the movie. 750. What was that?
Yeah, just put 750 up in your closet or something like
What's
that.
the name of the movie?
What?
All About the Benjamins.
Yeah.
750. Mike Epps is crazy.
He's great. I love Mike Epps. Okay. So, papers, please. Yes. Guys.
They don't know what you're talking about, baby.
What? Oh, I'm sorry.
Put it up.
Yeah, they can see the comments.
No, they can't.
Yes, they can.
Oh, okay.
They can see. Y'all can see the comments.
Oh, this one on the screen now. I got you.
I am a YouTube expert.
Reality doll. Yeah. That's a funny scene, right? What was it? Indiana Jones with Sean Connery. They were like out of the neighborhood or somewhere in Germany or wherever. Papers, please. Papers.
Yeah. We don't have that issue here in America. We can literally get a U-Haul, pack up the car, roll to another city, stay somewhere.
Yep.
And
all
be
day.
there. And just be there. Do it.
We's free.
Do it. We's free. In spite of what it feels like sometimes, we's free. Act like it.
Oh, man.
Act like it. You can leave that town you're in if it's not working for you.
Yep.
And guess what? You can always come back.
Yep. Because you free.
Can always come back. And like I said, if you're moving to D.C. and money's a little tight, try to find some place to stay with a friend or family. Pay them while you're there. Pay for food. Pay for utilities. Pay for something.
Yep.
Don't just be sleeping on
Bring
people's
some
couch
value.
talking about thank you.
Bring some value.
That doesn't work, y'all. Bring some value.
Yeah.
You know.
Another pro tip right there is there might be somebody else in your family or somebody else that you know well in your town that may be wanting to go to the same place, and now you just bring your roommate with you. So now what you've done is you've mitigated your costs, and so hey, you've got this place. It might be a little high for your budget, but because you have somebody else kicking in, now you're comfortable.
And don't be
comfortable.
Don't be afraid to get a 2-bedroom.
Yep.
Right? Because guess what? You can get a roommate.
Oh yes.
They will. It's easy to get a roommate here. Yeah. So the first time our daughter moved here, she stayed with somebody for a week while she looked, and as she looked, she asked people. That's another thing. Hey, I need a place to stay. I need a place to stay. Oh, so and so needs a roommate. She got the best room in the apartment.
Yep.
Because they needed it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and sometimes there's single people or people that are looking for roommates. Like they're specifically like, hey, I'm looking for a roommate, so and so, or I have a house to rent. I'm looking for certain people.
Yeah,
whatever.
check Facebook, guys. Facebook has communities on there. People looking for roommates. Just Google it.
Yeah.
Just Google it. You'd be amazed of how many roommate situations are here.
We're so glad about that, Melissa. We really appreciate the commentary there.
I love
glad
prep. I love that word. Prep, y'all. Prep. Get it right. Get it right the first time. We love you. We want to thank you for joining us today. And if you enjoyed your time with us, join us again next Saturday
at 11 a.m. EST when Heath and Tracy come live with the show.
And remember,
wherever you're going, don't just live there.
Design your life there.
We appreciate y'all.